Okay, so hi guys. This is the second game for today. We have Exodus versus Infected Mouse, as we have seen Infected Mouse playing the last game. So we have Syndra and Kha'Zix coming in as the first bans from the blue teams, and we have Morgana and Lucian coming in from the purple team. So let's wait and watch what they have as their third ban from Exodus. Let's see what the Infected Mouse are gonna pick. The Infected Mouse are banning Irelia. Syndra, Kha'Zix in Irelia. Syndra, they even banned Syndra in the last game. And I guess Kha'Zix and Irelia are more of a targeted bans. And we have Morgana, Lucian, and Vi coming in from the purple team. Vi and Lucian are. Lucian is kind of. Morgana and Lucian are kind of like the common bans we see. And even Vi is a good jungler. She has a lot of mobility. She like in game she can be much of a trouble. So yeah, it's a three good bans from both the teams. So we have a Thresh coming in from I Am Insane. Thresh support. We have a J-Force, probably a J-Force support, and Danny going in as Graves. Probably, yeah, just as I said in the previous game, Graves has a lot of damage. Even early game, he has a lot of nice level 1 damage, but he lacks on the range. But I guess that doesn't matter if you're playing him in a clever way. We have Caitlyn probably being gonna be picked by Nani. She even played Caitlyn in the last game, and it was a pretty nice Caitlyn. Let's see what happens, because during this laning phase we're gonna have a bit of a problem for the Graves, because Caitlyn has a lot of range and Graves does not. So the third pick coming from the blue team, we have Udyr jungle. So the purple team is gonna go probably a mid lane Lissandra and a support Janna. Is it gonna be a support Janna or Leona or Blitzcrank? I'm not sure. Okay, Leona or Janna. Both of them are good options. So Sabot locks in for Leona. Let's see what Radar Bane and Varian are gonna pick. The mid lane and the top lane picks are left. Radar Bane is gonna go mid, and we are probably gonna see Varian go top. So a Fizz being picked up against Alessandra. And okay, I guess it's a Lissandra top. I guess that's why he's gonna go Fizz or a LeBlanc top. I'm really not sure what Varian is gonna pick. He's thinking of a LeBlanc top. So I am really confused right now what he's gonna pick. Fizz is a. I'm not sure how good that a choice is. It just depends on how well you play that champion. So let's see what happens. Okay, they're gonna go for Fizz and LeBlanc. Okay, these are weird picks. Let's see what I am so HM is gonna pick. He's gonna go for an Oriana mid lane. And Fizz and LeBlanc are probably gonna switch lanes as and well they want, and so will Zandra and Oriana. So if we see, we have no teleports on the blue side and we have one teleport. Okay, this is wrong. Something's wrong with the stream. We have Danny quitting the game. I guess he DC'd. So we're gonna restart the game with same picks and same bans. There'll be no changes in the picks and no changes in the bans. And so yeah, we just waiting for Danny to get back, and we'll restart the game as soon as possible. So just hold on to your seats.
Hey, wake up.
Okay, we have Danny coming back, and we're gonna have a fast, super fast bans coming in. I guess it should be super fast. Why are they taking so much time to ban? Come on, I am insane. You need to ban those champions really fast. Okay, Syndra coming in, 8 rocks. Okay, I am not sure the purple team had an 8 rocks being banned, but I don't think unless they pick the same champions that they're gonna pick, I guess it won't be a problem. Okay, we have I am insane quitting the game because I guess Flux Hazard chose the wrong ban, I guess, because of that. We are gonna ignore. Wow. Okay, so such mouse slipping happening right now by Flux Hazard, which is not good because we are already back on schedule and we are gonna have some quick ban Syndra Morgana. Come on, your next ban is I wasn't your second ban, but it's okay, it was your third ban. And Kazakhs and the fourth ban Y. Really good. We have Nani gonna pick up Caitlyn, we have Flux Hazard gonna pick up J4, Sebot is gonna go for Leona, the High King is gonna go for Udyr, and Radar Bane gonna go for Fizz. So yeah, the same Manjan picks. We'll see Danny picking up that Graves, and then he should lock in pretty fast. Okay, we see Sebot going in as ADC. We just saw that he just picked it earlier, and we see some minor switching around of champions, trading them around. The purple team trying to troll the blue team, trying to confuse them that who's gonna go what, and purple team now trying to do the same. Sorry, the blue team trying to do the same, switching over the champions. So yeah, so let's see what happens. We have bot lane, Caitlyn and Thresh for the blue team, and we have Graves and Leona for the purple team. In the jungle, we have Udyr in the blue team and J4 in the purple team. And I'm not quite sure who's gonna go in the mid and the top lane because I guess Lissandra is gonna surely gonna go top lane in the purple team, but I'm not really sure who's gonna go in the blue team. Probably LeBlanc is gonna go top. I'm really not so sure. And okay, heading over to the team fight potential. Right now, if we see, both teams have kind of an equal team fight potential because both teams have equal tanks, equal initiators. But we'll be seeing more tankiness coming in from Leona rather than Thresh. We'll be seeing tanky Leona and Graves dealing a hell lot of damage. But in while during the laning phase, we'll be facing some problems in the bot lane because Caitlyn has a lot of range. So let's see if Sebot is able to like cleverly do a CSing, cleverly get those CS instead of even though Caitlyn has such a high range, like she can probably harass that Graves a lot during the laning phase. Like the jungle will have to be on the bot lane a lot of times. He'll have to come and gank to get the Graves some kills. Meanwhile, I guess Udyr is probably, I guess he's gonna go for that split pushing because he's taking a teleport. So he'll be more of a split pushing Udyr. getting his stacks up, his feral stacks. And in the top lane, we'll be seeing a Lissandra versus, I'm not really sure, probably a LeBlanc. Yeah, a LeBlanc, because LeBlanc is taking teleport. So now we have two teleports on the blue team and one teleport on the purple team. We have on the mid lane, we have Fizz versus Oriana. Oriana picking a barrier and not an ignite because, as we know, barrier can be helpful when you are laning against a Fizz. Like Oriana can deal a lot of damage too. The Fizz can dodge her ultimate if he uses his fixture on the right time. So it's all about the skill right now in the middle lane, and actually the whole game is about the skill. So whoever uses the skill in a much better way, they're gonna win the game. So we will be heading over in the loading screen in 30 seconds. Until then, I'll just see a quick review of what the runes are for Caitlyn. We see normal attack speed runes, really less AD on Caitlyn. Meanwhile, we'll quickly see what Graves runes are, and we see Graves also having a lot of tankiness and a lot of attack speed and less of damage. Both of them going not much damage. Caitlyn having 6.8 damage and Graves having 9 damage, attack damage. So it's gonna be interesting looking at how they're gonna play the game, how they're gonna see us. We have a challenger on the purple team. I am so HM. Let's see if that challenger, we're gonna see some challenger plays in this game or not. So yeah, we're in the loading screen. Let's talk about the team fight. If we can think about some team fight scenarios, like probably J4 going initiating, but we have a lot of burst potential from the blue team. We have Fizz, we have LeBlanc, and but at the same time we also have Lissandra and Oriana on the purple team. So it's kind of confusing to actually say who would win those team fights unless we actually have a team fight. So we'll be heading over into the game in a few moments and we'll see what will happen. As per the 11-1 goes, I'm not really sure. 11-1, I guess the purple team probably has a higher advantage in the level 1. And yeah, a pause coming up. In tradition, we need to have a pause before the game starts, before they actually hit level 2. I mean, before they actually go into the lanes or the jungle, they need to pause the game, without which a game is not completed. And we have Danny disconnecting. He had disconnected during the Champion Select 2 and he's reconnected, so we'll probably see a quick resume coming in. And this pause has been done by the red team, so yeah, so it's gonna be fun watching this match. We have high elo players. We'll see some plays being made. So let's see what happens. The game finally starts. We see the blue team spawning, the red team spawning. So 3 seconds for them to get out of the lane, and they are ready. The base race starts. All rushing towards as fast as possible to the junglers. The pinks coming in. So let's see, where are they gonna ward? Which team is gonna ward where? Let's wait and watch. So we see Udyr quickly warding in on the river and Leona warding in next. They both know that there is a ward over there. Both the teams know that there is a ward there. The red team has warded over the river near the mid lane. And the red team has quite a lot of wards near the river. They have almost full vision of the river. They can clearly see that LeBlanc being there. They know that LeBlanc is in that bush right now. LeBlanc is gonna take some damage. Okay, she deals a lot of damage to that Lysandra. Lysandra should probably back off because the minions are gonna spawn in 5 seconds. And red buff start from the blue team, Udyr, and a blue buff start from J4. Probably a grump start, I should say, rather than a blue buff start. Yeah, he's gonna start with the grump. He's gonna get that armor poison. Meanwhile, Lysandra heading over to the top lane. She tried to deal some damage with her auto attacks, and LeBlanc used a W. So she knows that LeBlanc has taken a W. And meanwhile, LeBlanc doesn't know what Lysandra has chosen as a first level skill. So meanwhile, in the mid lane, if you see, no CS, we have no CS. Like, it's gonna be an equal matchup. We have a challenger in the middle lane, so it's gonna be interesting how the challenger plays. We have a nice stun coming in from Danny, so we know level 1 he's taken a stun. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, in the mid lane, we see Orianna dealing a lot of damage to that Fizz. She's putting in a lot of harass to that Fizz. She's not gonna let him farm. She's not gonna let him take the CS at all. Meanwhile, just as I said, that Caitlyn is gonna harass that. Okay, we probably have an engage. We see Graves dealing a lot of damage to that Thresh. And Danny Pro is like very aggressive. He's playing really aggressive right now. He's just initiating on that Thresh because it's an easy initiate for him. He already stunned him twice without using his E. So which is that Leona feels that it's gonna be an easy kill on the Thresh, and he's used the spots. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting lane. We see them pushing the lane, getting to level 2 before them. They'll probably get to level 3 before them. We see Varia taking in a lot of damage in the top lane. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, again, if we see, it's probably gonna be passive CSing. Caitlyn's just gonna use her auto attack range and try to harass as much as possible. Over in the middle lane, we see that Orianna is dealing a lot of damage. He's dealing a lot of poke, and Fizz trying his best to dodge them using his tricksters, but well, you can use your trickster only once, so he's still gonna have to take that poke. He can't do anything. He'll have to take that poke. He's gonna have a tough time laning. And we see a lot of arrows coming in. Passive of LeBlanc going down. LeBlanc taking a lot of damage if we see. And LeBlanc needs to back off right now or she could possibly die. And we see an initiation coming in from Lysandra using her E. We have first blood going in from Lysandra. We have a Orianna using her shield, and Orianna probably going down right now. Both the junglers came in for the gank, and we see Udyr dealing a lot of damage to that J4, and J4 has his passive on. And in the bot lane there was an initiation by Leona which wasn't very successful. They could easily get out of this, and another initiation coming in from Leona, getting that E straight onto Caitlyn, but she could not stun her at the right moment. She stunned Thresh, and stun getting the hook onto Graves stopped him from killing Thresh. So it was a good play by both the teams. So Caitlyn using a range again. Udyr coming in the bot lane. Graves dealing a lot of damage. Thresh getting that hook. Graves is probably gonna go down, but he uses his flash, but he stills when he comes back because he sees Leona engaging in. But that was a misplay by by Leona and Graves. Because Graves saw Leona going in again, he thought that he could probably deal some damage and get a kill, but they weren't successful enough, and the Udyr ganking so early was a good kill, getting good kills for the bottom lane. Udyr got one kill out of that, and Caitlyn got one. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Fizz again having so much of Harris. Fizz trying to go all in. He missed his ultimate. Oriana does not have her ignite, but she dodges that ultimate and she easily gets that kill onto Fizz. Well, that's why she's a challenger, I guess. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Graves farming calmly. He's gonna get that CS. And if we see, Caitlyn is 5 CS behind that Graves, so Graves is kind of probably trading well, but we see uh, Caitlyn having a BF sword already because of getting a kill over Graves. So, and Graves having a pickaxe, but I guess it's gonna be all about the team fight again right now. Even if they're losing in the game, if Graves does a good positioning and all, it might be good for the red team because Leona being too tanky, Thresh missing his flay, and the red team and blue team both are gonna back off from there. Thresh trying to ward up, he wards over there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, LeBlanc has a lot of poke coming in from Lissandra with her Qs, and it's not really good because if LeBlanc tries to go in on Lissandra, she's gonna use her stun to stun her, and which is not really good for LeBlanc. So LeBlanc is gonna have a tough time. I don't know why she picked up LeBlanc in the top lane because she picked it before Lissandra did. So she should have thought better and chosen what she ults. And another kill probably goes down, but that's a nice snare coming in from LeBlanc, and she outplays Lissandra right there. She outplays her, even being at such a low health. Lissandra being too greedy, tower dives her, and but she secured that kill, I should say. Now Leona going in over to Caitlyn. She was really behind, and Graves is probably gonna go down. We have Oriana coming in, Thresh ulting. Oriana dealing a lot of damage, getting exhausted. We have a teleport coming in by OD. We have Oriana getting a lot of damage, going down. Leona getting the kill over Udyr, and we see Caitlyn going down. We have two teleports coming in. We have Fizz coming in, and Fizz dealing a lot of damage, but Lissandra with a stun. And finally, Flux Hazard coming and KSing that kill. Not a good guy, Flux. I mean, not a good guy, J4. That was, I should say, a kill secure for that KS. So that turned out to be bad for the blue team, I should say, because LeBlanc did not teleport down, and it was a kind of a 4v matchup, you could say, because all the members of the purple team were there, but the blue team wasn't there. And even though they got the easy kill on Graves, they could not sustain that high burst coming in from the other team players. So Graves still being ahead on the CS, which is a good thing for him, even though he's not getting those kills. And Oriana dealing a lot of damage. Oriana with her challenger plays, wanting to do something and wanting to carry the game, I guess. But the blue team can probably outplay them too. We just saw an outplay in the top lane. Lissandra got too greedy and she tower dived, and okay, we have a pause coming in. Someone's DC'd. And Thresh is DC'd, and we'll have to wait for a while. Until then, we'll just head over and look at the CS. So let's see, over to the top lane we have LeBlanc and Lissandra. We see Lissandra dominating that LeBlanc. She's 72 CS and LeBlanc is 38, and Lysandra has 4 kills already. She is almost 1.8k ahead of LeBlanc in the gold lead. In the jungle, if we see, we have Udyr and J4, and Udyr has been ganking a lot. He's been securing those kills, and if we see, he's 800 gold ahead of J4. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, if we see Fizz versus Oriana, we have Oriana again dominating that Fizz with her poke and her Harris, and Fizz is not really able to farm. He's trying his best, but it's not really that helpful, and Oriana is almost 1,000 gold ahead of him, which is again not good for Fizz. And as we see the ADCs, we have Graves almost 8 CS ahead of that Caitlyn, but Caitlyn having those 2 kills is 500 CS, almost 450 gold ahead of Graves. So I should say it's almost an equal fight in the bottom lane going on. It just depends on what happens in the mid game near the 15 to 20 minute mark. And the supports, as usual, they've gone in for a side stone and their Targon's brace, which is a normal item on Leona and Thresh. And Leona getting a kill onto that Udyr with her E, so that has been good for her. Kill secure, a lot of kill secures coming in from the purple team, which is good. So the game has finally been resumed, and we'll head over to the middle lane. We see Lysandra coming in. She tries to ult, but the Fizz misses. The Fizz dodges it with his trickster. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Thresh trying to gag. We have a teleport coming in from LeBlanc, but Graves and Leona are way ahead. Leona getting stuck in Thresh's ultimate. We see Leona going down, but we see Leona securing that kill on Thresh. We see Lysandra using a nice ult on herself. We see Lysandra hitting the clone. I don't know why she was hitting the clone. We see Oriana chasing that. Okay, Oriana, a nice chase coming in from Oriana. She'll probably try to outplay this Fizz, but she cannot dodge that ultimate, and we'll probably see that Oriana die. And she couldn't do anything over there because she does not have those items. She could have used her shield, but it wasn't enough. And Radar been doing a good job and getting that kill. He needs those kills right now to get back into the game. So yeah, heading over to the bottom lane again. We have Leona and Thresh getting back into the lane as fast as possible. Fizz going back. We have Thresh in the lane. And let's get back to the CS, and we see the purple team still dominating in the CS and the gold lead too. They're almost 2.8k gold lead. So as we know, the gold lead can matter, but if you make those plays right, if you position yourself at the correct moment, you can win those games, you can win those team fights. So let's see what happens in the team fights. We still don't have a dragon being taken by any of the teams. It's already been 12 minutes. And Lysandra doing a great job with her Qs and putting that poke onto LeBlanc. Meanwhile, we see Fizz and Udyr coming in top. Lysandra being all alone. Lysandra deleting that LeBlanc. Lysandra trying to run away right now. Is she gonna be safe? Lysandra dodging that Fizz ultimate. Fizz kind of wants to get that Lysandra, but Lysandra with her awesome poke gets the Fizz. You should not chase a Lysandra. You should not. Her poke is really amazing because if it hits an enemy, it goes even further behind. So Caitlyn trying to get that kill over to J4, but J4 did not die. That Caitlyn did not have enough damage. and Lissandra doing an extremely good job over at the top lane. Even though it was a 3v1 fight, like she was gonna be ganked, she made sure she saw them coming up, so she tried to get that kill as soon as possible. She got that, LeBlanc deleted her, and she even got the kill onto the face. So if we see right now, Lissandra is much of a threat for the blue team because she's 8-2. She's kind of fed right now, and blue team needs to get back into this game because that's the only way they can win this game. So we need something from the blue team. We need a good team fight coming in from the blue team, and that's how they can probably get it back into the game. And LeBlanc has until now being not being a really good choice for the blue team. Right now we see Thresh being caught out, we see Udyr being caught out, and two champions being caught out and easily being taken. So we'll see a dragon going in for the red team, a very easy dragon because the blue team do not have their junglers. And I think Fizz is gonna try and a little bit of disrespect coming in from the Lissandra. And that was disrespect coming in from Lissandra right there, laughing when Fizz ulted her. So yeah, the game is going to get interesting now. The purple team are pretty confident of their game right now. They're dominating. They want to dominate them. They want to get the kills. They know they have the damage. So let's see what happens. This is going to be an easy turret for the red team in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Lissandra on the top lane backs off. And we have a DC coming in from the blue team. We have Udyr DCing. So yeah, meanwhile we'll head over and look over the items of all the team members. We see Lissandra going in a Zonia's and a Morellonomicon. Okay, a Morellonomicon is really good on that Lissandra. She's gonna do a hell lot of damage. And if they are below 40% health, she's gonna do more damage. So you need to beware of that Lissandra. So that game is gonna be respawned, and we see a LeBlanc going in Athens, and I'm not really sure that Athens is helping her right now because she does not have the damage to burst anyone down. And then we see J4 going in for the Chilling Smite, and he's already upgraded it. We see the Udyr going for the jungler's fight, which is the Ranger's Trailblazer, and J4 ulting in for that Udyr. Udyr has no way to get out of it. Meanwhile, we see Lissandra flashing in for the kill, but I don't know why she flashed in for that kill because it was an easy kill for J4 anyway. We see Lissandra going over to the top lane, and she's gonna get that blue buff. She's wanting to get that blue buff, I guess, but LeBlanc and Fizz being there, they're gonna try to contest that blue buff and not let the red team get the blue buff. So we see a lot of damage. We see Lissandra ulting that Fizz, not letting him deal any damage at all, and we see Jarvan we see Jarvan blocking that ultimate of Caitlyn, but Lissandra still using her Zonias just to be sure. And those flash plays, amazing flash plays. And yeah, this is a really bad time for the blue team. They need to do something. They have already lost 3 turrets. Meanwhile, the red team haven't lost any of their turrets. The blue team needs to do something to get back into this game. They need to get confident. They need to that LeBlanc needs to get a little bit of more damage. But the scene over in the top lane where Lissandra probably kind of wrecked her lane, LeBlanc is not able to get back. But I guess if she gets her item right now, she's free farming on the top lane. I guess she should get back into this game. She should try and get back into this game. At least she should try. Give them a fight. So yeah, right now we have nothing much happening in the game. They're just thinking about what to do right now. Should they push the top lane? Should they push the bottom lane? Seems as though they're gonna go with the middle lane, and Graves is having a lot of damage at the moment. He has an infinity edge, so does Caitlyn. But if we head over and look over at the gold, we see Lysandra being almost 4.5k ahead of. Okay, we see easy kill on that Fizz. Fizz not able to do anything because of the Leona stun and and Oriana ultimate. So the blue team needs to work on their positioning and not get caught out all alone. Even though I understand it's their jungle, but the red team is dominating them so much right now, they shouldn't go anywhere without wards. Like, they don't have the vision, they shouldn't be out of the lanes. They shouldn't be away from their towers. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we see Lysandra pushing the top lane and Vari Ayan missing. And we have a support on Rampage. We see the support going 5-2. I think the red team's AD carry is Leona and not Graves. Graves is trying to support that Leona as much as he can. So yeah, Danny's making sure that he has a good support in this game. And probably we're gonna see Nani going down, and she flashed and she gets smited. And Fizz trying to deal some damage. Jauron flashes off. J4 ultis. We see finally a kill for Graves. Trickster being used by Fizz. He dodges the Leona ult. A really nice play, but that was really bad for the red team. Leona not doing any damage, and Variayan using her E in I don't know whatsoever direction, and Leona, I have no clue what's happening right now. Lysandra ulting out of nowhere. I have no clue what that Lysandra wanted to do. Like, it's really weird what that Lysandra wanted to do. And we have a flash coming in from Oriana. She auto attacks and she gets that kill, and she uses her Q over to LeBlanc and she gets that LeBlanc, and we have a surrender coming in from the blue team, and it was a really fast GG. I don't know why didn't the blue team try. They should have at least given them a fight. But as we know, the red team have been dominating them. They kind of destroyed the blue team. So no problems. The blue team can do something in the next games. They do have a chance. So good game, guys. We'll see you in the next game. See you later. Bye bye.
Hey, wake up. User left your channel.